Good evening and welcome back to Underrail. Last time we met Leo, asked to find his knife, met with Harmos Stavros, and found our way towards the gate to the final boss. Of course, that thing ain't opening anytime soon. Now we've got all sorts of objectives, and we need to go about with solving them. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. And there we go, another field 2. Okay, you've actually got a fair number this time around. And that was a waste. What? Okay. Excuse me? It's a 91. It's 91. Oh. Okay. I don't feel like dealing with all that. I was about to get super salty though. Another DNA figurine. Another DNA figurine. Well, we can't actually reach the other side from here, so that's a no-go. Probably a shortcut of some sort. Case in point, well, not a shortcut, but an alternative exit. Really? Alright. Oh, well, we already got the mask on, so I guess it's fine. Bear traps and not in the middle of that. That's just mean. Oh, that's just turning more on. Well, unless they're immune, it should be a benefit. But I think they're immune. Yo! Found the hydropneumatic accumulator. And the service manual in case we decide to break the robot. Pendulums again. Okay. I do believe we are done with this location. It was a worthwhile adventure for that one item. Probably worth going in there, but we're gonna wait for the time being. Oh, bone handle knife. I believe we found what we need. Won't budge. Was this the one that was basically a dead end? Yeah. Alright, well, we know what we are going to do now. So you know what? Just to save time on this recording, I'll see you when we get back to Leo. And welcome back. First order of business. Who's... Oh, have you found it yet? I think this is what you were looking for. His lips stretch into a smile as soon as you show him the knife. His eyes fill with tears of joy. Haha, that's the one, that's the one. I haven't forgotten how it looks. No, it's so pretty. Thank you so much. What did you say your name was? Bacon. Bacon. I am Leo. I am Leo. I am Leo. Nice to meet you, Bacon. I'll remember you, I will. By the white rat's hair, I will. Gotta keep my end of the bargain. Ask me anything you wish to know. Bacon. Let's see. You here, Leo, and for how long? Your question is answered by a confused stare. A spoken reply follows. You're asking me questions I can't answer. Why not? I can't remember those things. I forgot them. I sometimes even have trouble remembering my own name. Leo. Leo. How can one forget his own name? It's the pressure. The pressure in my head makes me forget things, you know? Every time I go near the complex, the pressure makes the edges of my mind fuzzy. Then it shrinks, and I feel something inside got lost. The devils, Chortists, they live there with their demons and are resistant to it, I think, but I forget. I know what you mean. I was there too and felt a strange sensation in my head, but it gets better as soon as I leave the area. Yes, the pressure lessens once you leave, but there's always something missing from your mind. I remember other things, yes, recent things and some other if I can focus hard on it. Those I remember. But the past, it evaporated. Poof. Well, I wouldn't like anything like that to happen to me. It evaporated. Poof. Some things I know but can't remember. Yes, I know but can't remember. The knife. I know that it's important but can't remember why. It's a deep feeling. Maybe someone gave it to me. Maybe I made it myself. I don't remember. But I feel it to be part of me. And if I can't keep my memories, then maybe I can keep the things that were part of it. Yes. It's the only option I've got left. Maybe my mind will become clearer one day and those items will help me remember. Yes. Why do you go back to the complex if the pressure makes you lose your memory? I rarely go there. Right. Pressure, devils, and demons. It's not a good place to be, no. But the diggers, they emerged, so I had to. Diggers? Diggers, the critters you must have seen out front. They crawled up out of the ground when the big shake opened it. The big shake. Then they came out. Ugly these things are. Set up those traps for them, but they got some brains in them. Not a single trap was set off. But I think I remember now. Saw them a long time before, maybe. But not in such numbers, no, and it was far away from my home. But this is too many. You're going to tell me why the diggers made you go back to the complex. Yes, I needed to find, something. It was something. Anything to keep them away from my home. The complex is rich with things. I know it is, but I can't remember exactly what. I found things in the past there. Useful things. I had to take the risk. I had to try. The diggers were closing in, and the storages, nothing of use there against them. Well, did you find anything? He looks around himself, his eyes scanning every corner of his home. It appears I haven't. No, I'm sure I haven't. I found nothing there. I found nothing there. Even though I went prepared, I found nothing. I've been training, you see, to prevent the pressure from making me forget. It helps, to a degree. Bacon. Bacon? Resist the pressure? Tell me what you mean. The hole of reason. Where is this hole of reason? It's in the back. Yes, yes. When my memory is fuzzy, I go to it. It helps. It clears it up. Solidifies the mind. May I see this hole of reason? He nods with a smile. Mm-hmm. Follow me, Bacon. And this is the reason why you want to help Leo out. Leo leads you to a hole in the ground. You peek into the void before glancing over to him. He's got a blissful grin on his face and is shaking hands with enjoyment. Without a warning, his expression solidifies and he quickly reaches to support his lower back. You hear one disturbingly loud crack, and then he speaks. Shouldn't have come out of that locker so fast. Oh, dang it. You okay? You want to sit down? You okay? You want to sit down? Leo points to the hole and nods a few times. His hands still support his fragile back. There, you're getting the hang of it already. There, you're getting the hang of it already. It's an echo. Would you listen for a moment? Would you listen for a moment? Leo proceeds with a whisper. Look, the hole of reason helps your mind work. You talk to it, and it answers. Now, the trick is to talk about the important stuff, your past, your knowledge. What comes out of the hole will stick to your memory and slow down the effects of the pressure. It helps, I swear. Okay, let's give it a shot. Tell me what to do. How do I start? Say anything to start off the conversation. Then you ought to let it flow. But remember, try to direct it towards things that are important to you, that you want to hold on to. Got it? You spent about an hour conversing with your echo. A long talk indeed, during which you and the Hole of Reason agreed on just about everything, making it effectively the most boring conversation you've ever had, yet oddly, not the most useless one, it seems. You feel as if your reasoning is somehow sharper, your memory more reliable. You feel more focused and less likely to be distracted by outside interference. You feel strange. Or maybe you're just losing your mind due to the fact that you've spent an hour talking to a bottomless pit. Feeling good, Bacon? Feeling persuasive and persuaded. Better take a stroll and see if it was worth it. See you later, Leo. So, echoing soliloquy is the reason you do that. Now, I believe it's been changed because it used to be a solid singular effect. I'm gonna take a quick moment to check and see what the scaling is, but I believe it's based on persuasion now. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so originally I went ahead and reloaded and altered it, the result via those shoes. Originally, the result was a flat 50% chance to resist the increasing stacks. It now will scale up to 75% based on your persuasion. Unfortunately, with what we currently had on hand, even if we were to waste an all-in for the will bonus, that would only push us up. The shoes are all we need to get to a new tier. We don't have enough to push it up to the tier beyond that, even if we were to pop an all-in. So now that is a 66%, not 66, a 60% chance of resisting the increase of the influence. We're just gonna take that. Hee. And take those. So how overdone are we? Fair bit. But I did bring the Pentapus barbecue. So what I'm going to do is set some stuff up regarding all of the stuff that's going to go into that gate. So I will catch you all after that and once we make our way towards other locations. So until then, well, rather, it'll just be a minute for y'all, so see you soon. And welcome back. So as it turns out, the 20 weight item that we had, the 20 weight item that we had was actually completely useless. Rather, it was redundant. We put. So we plugged in the hydraulic fluid and the hydro accumulator. We still need the drive shaft. And yeah, if you were on a gun run, even more. If you were rather, as far as everything regarding opening the gate is concerned, we need the drive. What are y'all doing? We need the drive shaft and a hydraulics something or other. And I know where to get one of the two, so we are about to make our way back into the war zone, so to speak. But with our increased resilience to the stacks, we should be able to actually travel around with a relatively decent degree of freedom now. Our first goal is actually over here. Hey, remember we took refuge here prior. That was just for those stacks, because you really don't want to be here. For reasons you're going to quickly find out. It's a shame you can't combo the adrenaline shot with a powder from the Sommerbären. That would be spicy. As you can see, we have plenty of resources to find in the deep caverns. It was, after all, a special facility. It only makes sense that we would find such a wealth of resources. Now we're going to do something very stupid. Oh. Okay then. Teutonus Lab main console. Warning, Teutonus Lab is running on auxiliary power. Estimated power on time remaining 250 years basically. Please select one of the following options. Project EOS. Project reports. Nothing. Personnel list. A bunch of people. Yeah, none of those. John Dyson. Chief of Psionic Research and Development. And Wazi Abdul, I believe, came up in prior bits. Project reports. Okay, back. Suspension cells status. Unavailable. Switch off life support to all suspension cells. Hacking. Hacking successful. This action will initiate procedures RAL-B and RAL-F, which will prepare all subjects for release from their suspension cells. Date, time, and names of all active personnel, as well as results of the procedure, will be automatically recorded in the event log. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. But as you can see, we have encountered some minor difficulties in that we are now dealing with doppelgangers just casually walking around. Ain't it great? Oh, they have true sight. Oh shit. Oh no. So what we can gather from this is line of sight is crucial, and it would seem that range is key. The fact that they don't detect you until you're right on them is indicator that stealth is not entirely necessary. Let's try this again. And we will save again, just to not have to do that again. We'll see how this goes. So, yeah, as long as we don't get too close. So for that reason, let's just slow things down and see what happens. Wait, no. 8. So once again, if you were using psionics, bot control would just wreck them. See a short, bushy-haired man being held in a state of suspended animation. The cell feels cold to the touch, but not so much that you cannot hold your palm pressed to the glass. And you don't notice any frost or ice crystals on the glass or the person. You spot several tubes and cables running from the cell and into the wall, and the tubes seem thick and sturdy. But the cables, probably used to power the cell, look like they could be pulled out with some effort. Whoops. So, we're not too worried about the individual descriptions. We are worried about making things easier for us, though. I believe that's all in this particular room. Ooh. Okay, so they're getting a little more active. Seeing as how there's 2 over here now. Let's try this. Whoopsie. And just like that, we should be in the clear. So we should be completely clear. But just in case, let's pop this one. I see a moth. Ooh, take them. We probably don't need that many. Hydraulic control valve, what we needed. And we'll take the tool set for funsies, I guess. We don't need the key cards anymore, but and now, even though we've already kind of sort of done it, oh well, that's borked. More importantly, we got what we needed. Speaking of, how heavy is it? It's not heavy at all. Our next objective is actually south of here, but we're taking the roundabout route. So this is the entry to Karis Residential. Oh. Do we have, other than all in, do we have something that will let us just hit a 12? Actually, wait, yeah, we do. Got this for persuasion, but I mean, if it works, right? Ooh. Very much do not like what we immediately came around, but like I was saying before, very good Okay, first thing. Nice. Oh boy. That's a normal. And there's the grader. Problem solved. Ow. Damn shame the shield won't eat that. Welcome, Wazi Abdul. Main access INM. Warning offline. Archive. Log. J. Dyson. Wazi, you there? F. Manu. Wazi, I'm in my room with Dyson. We knocked at your door, but you didn't respond. Are you there? It's been half an hour. We're calling someone to open the door. If they come here, they will separate us, Wazzy. I can't take this anymore. I am tired. And I can barely see, and you are hurting me. They will hurt you more. I just want this to end. Feel the skin from your chest now. There's nothing left on your back. I can't. You have to. You are not you anymore, don't you remember? Your body is a prison made of flesh. Get rid of it. I can't. You must. I can't do it. Why can't I just kill myself? I can't take it anymore. Don't cry. Pain is but a small price for your new existence. Your freedom. I'm tired. I haven't slept. You will never sleep again. You don't need to. You are getting rid of it all. Why can't I kill myself? We don't want that. We don't want your existence to end. You need to remove your flesh slowly. Peel off all the outer layers. What is left is you in your purest form. I can't. It is too late. Just set yourself free, Ozzy. So, Mr. Abdul was having some intense issues in the end, it seems. But we got his key card. That has to count for something. Old diploma and Maria Hope's keycard. More mutagen. I'm not going to bother with the mutagen puzzle. There's a point to it, but it is largely superfluous for me. Welcome, Maria Hope. Same old warning. F. Austin. I talked to Colonel Salik. More AF troops are on their way to mutagen tanks B. Have you talked to Matviv or Gavriuk about this yet? No, we have everything under control. A minor incident is nothing to worry about. You said that the first time, and the second time. You worry too much, Maria. We're making future here. Crucible is where we are creating new intelligent species. There's bound to be a bump or two along the road. They are living beings and they don't like where they are. But we will fix that soon enough. Like we ever needed our subjects' consent. And that just sums up Biocore. Things have changed, especially after you allowed your adopted mutant to shove its nose into everything we do. Watch your words, Maria. Let me tell you one thing, my dear. You are not in position to make me angry, so watch it. I don't care for how many years we've worked together. Otis will be wherever the hell I want him to be. If he's in the lab, it's because I demand so. If he's cleaning my toilet, it's because I demand so. He is mine. He's the best I've ever made. He's what I want the rest to be like. He's involved in the incidents, Frederick. Listen to me. Get rid of him. You trust him too much. Same old story, Maria. Same old story. You tear all our work to shreds because of a few issues. Otis will remain as my right-hand man, and that is final, whether you like it or not. I wonder if Otis was the faceless leader. G. Joglash. The new group is ready for another exposure at the Crucible. Humans. Our team has prepared the compounds you requested, but I've been informed that our supply of reagents is running low. At this rate, we have about a month of testing unless we receive a new supply. Thank you for informing me, Mr. Joglash. I will talk to Austin about the reagent supply. One more thing I wanted to tell you is that Otis was at the control room today again. I'll talk to Austin about that as well. Thank you for the information. Did I do anything about it? No, do not do anything. Be there in an hour or two. Yes, ma'am. I'll be there in an hour or two. Yes, ma'am. And another one with Austin, which is newer. I was just informed that Otis was sent to Tartarus, but not as a prisoner. What he is doing there is none of your concern, Maria. Frankly, I grew tired of your nagging. Otis is none of your concern. That is that, then. Whatever happens next, it's all on you. Also, that moth is bothering me. Give me one moment. It has not been deleted, but it has gone elsewhere, so for the time being, I suppose, prey slaughtered. But yeah, this is why I like the deep caverns so much. This is just where everything started to fall apart hundreds of years ago. And you can just see how everything else in the setting kind of followed suit. And it all started here. I don't know which one of these actually requires me using the vents, but entertainment leaflet. Welcome, E. Malai. T. Cox. Did not respond to any of my messages. Didn't read them. I was busy. You did read them, but you chose not to respond. I'm sending you Braun's contact. I believe my work here is more important than teaching some kid how to work with mutagen. Austin says otherwise. Couldn't you find someone else to do this? That wasn't my decision. I know nothing. I reckon Austin simply trusts you enough with this. I have a lot of work, Cox. Austin wants me to complete sequences for the next batch of compounds for his subjects, and they are becoming restless. I believe Dr. Austin is aware of all that you're telling me now, and that is why you need an extra pair of hands. Rowan might be young and inexperienced, but I'm sure you'll fill him in quickly. Alright. Alright, what? Send me his contact. Or... okay, I think that last one should be Cox. Good, I will. M. Hope. Dr. Malai, do you have a moment? For you, always, Dr. Hope. Talk to Dr. Cox about Michael Braun, the young geneticist you were supposed to train. Yes. I was told that Dr. Cox sent you his contact, yet you never contacted him. Why is that so? I was busy, Dr. Hope. You will contact him today. But Dr. Austin tasked me with a few rather time-consuming experiments. Can't someone else take over Braun for me? Dr. Austin and I already discussed this. He judges you have enough time to train Braun and finish your experiments before the deadline. I understand. Very good. I am really sorry for disturbing you, Dr. Malai, but I've been having some trouble understanding some of the things we talked about today. Not disturbing me. Tell me what you're having trouble with. Well, so far I have worked only within the realm of classical genetics, and perhaps due to it, I am stuck in a particular way of thinking, but I've been having trouble wrapping my head around mutagen compound sequencing, at least some specific things regarding it. You read the material I recommended to you? Some of it, yes, and I've been reading other things, but theory and practice are different. I think I see that moth flying around. But theory and practice are different. I'm sorry, really sorry to be bothering you with the basics, and basics they are. I cannot deny, no matter how advanced it might seem to me. Indeed, first of all, I want you to slow down and relax. We'll go through the basic terms again, but let us keep it focused and concise. You will have it in written form so that you may reference it whenever you need to do so. For everything broader, see literature I've recommended you. Thank you, Dr. Malai. So, from the top, mutagen, what is it? A general term expressing substance which directly acts upon any organism's genome, changing or mutating the said organism dynamically, effectively transforming its genotype as well as its phenotype, both endo and exo, in vivo, a game that I kind of do need to try out at some point, contrary to classical genetic engineering. That is correct. You can stop typing. Let's keep this shorter. We don't need full definitions here. I understand. Okay, so a mutagen changes an organism dynamically. What is a mutagen atom? A mutagen atom is the most basic unit of mutagen. A mutagen atom can be positive or negative, and they are inert on their own, only being effective as a part of either a reagent or a mutant compound. Correct. Again, short and simple. Now, what are you having trouble with? Well, what is the difference between the two? I remember that reagents can consist of both positive and negative atoms, while compounds only from positive. But I need more clarifications on that. I see what you mean. I'll not go into details regarding functions of specific atoms, positive or negative, their structure and all that. Obvious reasons. For that, you best study Fraser's works. Moreover, Nosek's more recent Phenotype Dynamics will also be a very good read. I forgot to include that one earlier. Okay, regarding reagents and compounds, structurally, reagents and compounds are pretty much the same, and both atoms are connected to one another in a linear sequence. The main difference being that reagents consist of both negative as well as positive atoms, while mutagen compounds do not. Am I being clear so far? Yes. On their own, reagents are not of much use. They only serve to simplify the compound combining process. We don't want to be working with individual atoms every time we want to create a compound, and it is a very different field altogether in any case. The reagents can instantly be turned into standalone compounds by simply removing the negative atoms from the sequence. We did that today, if you remember. Yes, I do. Solus, Ovid, Io, and a few others. That is correct. So mutagen compounds, as should be clear by now, are only composed of positive atoms. Same linear structure. I understand, but I have had some issues when I tried coming up with sequences for more complex compounds. Maybe I'm just missing something. Okay, for specific compounds, we'll discuss that in the lab, but in general, keep this in mind. Mutagen compounds can only consist of unique positive atoms. You cannot have two of the same in a sequence. Anyway, you can pause if you want to read the rest of it. This is basically a tutorial for the mutagen puzzle, and I'll explain what the puzzle is for closer to the actual part where it's relevant. But there you go. That is the rest of that text. Okay. Hacking, yeah. Ooh. Bit too many of... That's why the vents were there. No computer, though. What a shame. And this could, or no, that's just the geometry failing to display properly. Okay. We'll still have to deal with more spiders, but that's fine. Ooh. Okay. You serious? Well, no point in that. That is just a 100% fail state. Give us a second to see all the dangerous traps. Oh, look at you. Oh, there was another grader. Of course there was. Well, we're dead. EMPs are terrible. Oh, yep, sure is. Gummy? Perhaps. Effective? Yes. Whoopsie. S. Parkinson. Oh boy. J. Dyson. John, I would like to speak to you. Contact me once you have time. No sequel, so Austin. Dr. Parkinson, there is something I wish to discuss with you. I'm here, Dr. Austin. Very good. I suppose you might not be aware of this, but I've been keeping a close eye on cymorphs you've been working on. Fascinating creatures, truly. I sometimes even feel envious myself. Moreover, it was brought to my attention you are planning to release the specimens into Dr. Helting's fungal forest, which clearly means that you have a comfortable number of units. This is why I'm contacting you. I would like for you to give me several specimens for my mutagen experiments. That won't be an issue, Dr. Austin. You're correct. Since the recent genetic engineering and environmental side tuning, we have managed to speed up the larval phase adaptation period and have therefore managed to significantly increase our breeding rate. Very good. But do you need my direct involvement, or would someone from my team suffice? You're quite busy yourself, so no, Dr. Parkinson, I will not take any more of your time than necessary. Just have one of your colleagues come to Mutagen Tanks B with at least 5 specimens for the first exposure, and plan on him or her being available to me at least for some time. As for later, we'll see what the future brings. Yes, I understand. Now, do you need adult or larval specimens? Ah, adult. I forgot to mention. When can I have them? Today. Couldn't be better. Once we carry out the first exposure at the Crucible, I'll be sure to inform you how your specimen performed. I'd be thankful, Dr. Austin. Very good. Notify me once the specimens are sent this way, and good luck with your future endeavors. I will, sir. Thank you. T. Borovich. I've completed resonance chamber testing on both Type A and Type B specimens as you requested, Dr. Parkinson. I'll file in a full report no later than this afternoon. Very good, Borovich. What are your thoughts so far? How are the specimens reacting to the fragments from TL? The results are overwhelmingly positive so far, so positive in fact I would be comfortable recommending we obtain more of these fragments. Some even some even to be used in Dr. Helting's forest once we deploy the adult Cymorphs there. I'm intrigued. Personally, I did not expect such a response. I'll read your report once it is done, and if it would benefit us to use more of these fragments, then I will send an armed expedition to obtain some more. Excuse me for asking, as the information might have slipped by me, but where are the monoliths located? Far to the south, past the lake. Pardon me. The area was safe during the original expedition, but I'll see if I can speak to Colonel Salik. Maybe he will lend us a few AF soldiers to set up a more permanent camp there. How the things are going, everyone will soon want a piece of that monolith. Indeed. Send me the report once it is done, as soon as I'm finished, Dr. Parkinson. So, they're using monolith fragments to tinker with things. Always good. And finally, Wazi Abdul. Manu, are you there, Manu? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to contact you, Steve. No problem. By the way, how are you feeling? Dyson told me you've taken a few days off. These last few days have been incredibly stressful. I've been working nearly non-stop during the last month, and it finally got to me. The most important things are done, so I'll rest for a few days, and then I'll be back to work. It's nothing to worry about. I know. I was in the same situation more times than I'd like to admit. You keep on resting. You'll feel free of this burden in no time. I will, thank you. No. And G. Basilica? J. Dyson. Hey, I heard he came over to TL. Who? Anton Matveev. What did he want? He was interested in the Psi monolith fragments we cut off several days ago, and in Project Eos. Oh, it's you. I thought it was Wazi. I wonder why he would start with hey. Man, I need rest. He stopped by our lab too. Anton, I mean, not Wazi. I got that. The Apex technocrats have been paying us frequent visits during these few days. Parkinson said Kirill came to him the other day. Anton before that. What did he want from you? Yeah, I heard Kirill was also called on a few seemingly important meetings with Austin over at the mutagen labs. As for us, Anton dropped by our lab for 10 minutes, frigid as a corpse as usual. Interrogated a few of my scientists about our current projects and walked off. Never talked to me. You should watch your writing, man. Nothing will happen. You think SII reports to anyone anymore? Do you really think anyone still cares what happens around Hollow Earth? You want to test it? Maybe, but as far as I can see, everyone is doing whatever they please around here and no one intervenes in any way. Even Apexes just stroll through and remain focused only on their own business. Gunter, let's stop here. I dislike them as much as you do, especially after recent incidents. But it is what it is. The last thing I need is someone knocking on my door because of this. Fine. Well then. Dr. Basilica, may I have a moment of your time? What can I help you with, Dr. Hope? It's about what happened between the two of us during that meeting. I owe you an apology. Glad to hear it, Dr. Hope. I realize that my words were chosen poorly and that they should have never been spoken, there or anywhere else. Glad to hear it, Dr. Hope. Do you understand that I have never considered you to be anything but one of the most brilliant scientists working in Hollow Earth, even if my choice of words then might have implied otherwise? Do you understand that? Glad to hear it, Dr. Hope. Gunter. Yes, Dr. Hope? There's no need for you to do this anymore. I already apologized to you. I accept your apology, Dr. Hope, but what happened before the committee is not something I am likely to forget. I understand. I'm sorry. I know your team has been having several issues which are out of your control and that my remarks were the last thing you needed. Besides being overstatements, it shouldn't have happened. Will that be all, Dr. Hope? It would be all, Dr. Basilica. Your recent report on correlation between engineered STK protein and maximum lifespan in TKS1 and TKS2 subjects is rather fascinating, Dr. Basilica. I have to admit, it seems like your team has finally provided us with something worthy of our time. However, I'm worried about your conclusions regarding engineering and application on human subjects, namely, several of the proposed methods I feel are rather inadequate and poorly reasoned, I should even say. Could you come over to my office so we can discuss the matter? I'm free today around 3 to 5, and tomorrow at the same time. I'll come over today. Can you please tell me which of the methods are in question here, Dr. Kim? We will talk in my office. I heard Dr. Kim was giving you trouble today, Dr. Basilica. We had a discussion on one of my reports, Dr. Hope. That is all there is to it. Indeed. Is he giving you too much trouble, perhaps? I don't need any favors, Dr. Hope. No, this has nothing to do with favors. It's just that, due to the current situation, Dr. Kim should perhaps move his attention to some other projects that require more of it. It is certainly within my power to influence the committee when it comes to these things. Simply thought I'd let you know. It would eliminate the necessity for you to submit any more reports to him, correct? Correct. If that is how you feel about it, then I'm in no position to object, Dr. Hope. Very well, Dr. Basilica. I wish you a pleasant day. You too, Dr. Hope. Oh, and one more thing, Dr. Basilica. Has Dr. Slavkovic contacted you, perhaps? I don't believe he did. Is there a reason to? Never mind. See you around, Gunter. Sure, Dr. Hope. Have a nice day. So, how'd it go? I started bad, but it got better later. What do you mean it got better later? I'll come over and tell you all about it. So, we're about knee-deep through this part of the area. I am going to call it here, though, as it's bleeding over on the time. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful evening, and we'll pick back up with the rest of the Karis residential block next time. We should have a fair amount of what we need to open the gate, but the biggest part is yet to come. And that one's going to be its own part, I'm sure. For the time being, though, as I said, take care, and I'll see you next time on Underrail.